Hi everyone, I'm Ajay. I hope you're all doing okay. Hope you and your families are safe. And both are proud and excited to be here. So big thanks to the IEEE student branch at GEC for this opportunity. I just want to remind you guys that I'm no different than you are. The only fact might be I graduated a few years earlier. So a little bit about myself. Um, I'm an ECE engineer. I graduated from Model Engineering College in Ernakulam. Then I worked on a startup which I founded while I was doing my engineering for 2 years, post which I chose to get into the management field. So right now I'm doing an MBA from the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, and I'm in the midst of my summer internship right now. I'm working in a sales and marketing role at L'Oreal. So that's about me. And I know that the attention span, the online attention span of people is reducing day by day. And I empathize with each and every one of you when I say that because also been in the system for a year and a half now. And mind you, it's an online MBA where peer to peer learning is considered to be one of the biggest advantages. So you can just imagine how it is. But even then, let me try and take maximum advantage of the platform we are in and try to keep this short and interesting. So let's get to it. Now, at first, when I got this opportunity, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what topics to cover. But then I realized the theme itself is very relatable. It's technology. I had worked on a technology product for almost 4 years, and I'm an electronics engineer and currently doing my MBA. So I decided I would leave you guys with a few pointers on these three fields. The first point I want to make is about engineers in management, how easily they can gel in, what are the challenges they might face, basically what it takes for an engineer to be a good manager. If you ask me, it's all about perspective. To help you understand this better, let me take you through a small exercise. And that exercise is to design an air traffic management system. Now, I know it sounds a lot, but in fact, this was one of the questions that was put to me by one of the world's leading tech companies. Now, if this was in person, I would have loved to hear your thoughts on this. But maybe what we can do is pause the video here, take a moment to think about it, think about what your approach would be, and that will help you understand the point I'm trying to make here better. So when I was given this question, what the engineer in me did was immediately pick up a pen and paper and try to solve it at a very mathematical level. Try to find out the time taken to take off, to land, what's the time that was elapsed in between, try to reduce it and increase efficiency. Well, it sounds good, but that wasn't what was expected out of me. As a manager, I was expected to identify the goals of of the project that we were going to do, identify the objectives, and that could be many. For example, as simple as what happens when a crisis comes, which planes do we land first, or is the project in line with the policies that we have in land, or maybe understanding from all the stakeholders in the aircraft industry and figuring out what are the key features required in an air traffic management system. Now, once we have an idea of all this, who does the remaining work? Well, guess what? Engineers. So this is the change of role that you can expect when you move into management. And I think this small cartoon, even though it's a bit extreme, sums it up. And why do we need this change of perspective? It's because as engineers, because of all the hackathons we have been part of, all the projects we did, project expos, we've always tried to hunt for ideas and use the maximum technology that we have to create output. but whether or not that is beneficial to the customer is often missed out by engineers. As Philip Kotler would say, marketing is about solving customers' problems profitably. And this is applicable to every field of management. So it is your call whether you can change your perspective from an engineer to a manager. And if you can, then management is a right field for you. Now that we have discussed the basic difference between engineering and management, I would like to introduce you to a really important field, which is product management. Now, this could be a career choice that links all the three: technology, engineering, and management. And it's really sought after, especially by engineers. So, what is product management all about? Just take a look at all the tech companies you can find, be it Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and what do product managers do in these companies? Now, their job would be one, to innovate, that is, to bring in ideas for new products or services, or analyze the existing products and services that companies have. For example, be it Microsoft Teams or Google Meet for that instant. We take feedback from the customers on how to improve these products and design solutions that can solve customers' problems. And the third role would be to develop. And by development, I mean identifying the requirements and designing the solution. But do we do the actual development? No. It's done by the developers and engineers in our team. And finally, we have something called the GTM, or go to market. So that would be the launch of new products in the market, or suggesting ways to improve the acceptance of existing products in the market. Sounds interesting, right? To put in simpler words, it's a mix between customer, technology, and the business side of a product or a service. So this could be a really interesting career option for people or for engineers who have a great interest for learning new technology and are also interested in business. So I would like if you spend some time researching about product management and what are the different careers we can have in this field. Now coming to the last point I wanted to share today, which is about technology. What about it? Now, as engineers, I know we are intrigued by new technologies almost all the time, from Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, and even machine learning and AI we use in our college projects. But when it comes to management, whichever technology you use, no matter how advanced it is, at the end of the day, you are asked one question: did it solve the problem? And if it did, is it in a way that even a layman could understand it? Let me give you a small example. Take a sales and marketing role, for example. Let it be in any FMCG company. And you are designing an application that can help the sales team to see which products are performing well and which are not. And that will enable them to take calls in the market. Now, it can be as simple as an Excel sheet and the results on a PowerPoint. Or you can move one step ahead and create a beautiful dashboard on Power BI or use Tableau and any other visualization tool. But at the end of the day, again, the question is who is going to use your product? It's the sales team, right from the bottom of the pyramid. So it has to be in such a way that it could be understood by anyone and it solves the actual problem. So that is my last piece of advice to you. It's good to know about the different technologies that we have today and that are upcoming. But you should always look at whether the technology you are adapting is easy to understand and it is solving a problem. Now, I'm going to leave you with a few technologies that you can pick up easily even in your engineering, and that will help you a lot in management. Excel, PowerPoint, Power BI, which is a really powerful visualization tool, and it's going to help you a lot in whichever management field you are going to be in. And a similar tool, which is Tableau. So I feel that these are a few tools that you can get accustomed to before you venture into your management career. So those were my three key takeaways for this session. The first is about the change in perspective from an engineer to a manager. All the mathematics and the logics is going to help you, but as a manager, you need to look at the bigger picture, identifying the goals, the objectives, and figuring out the problem and solving it. And the second is about product management, how it is a great field for any engineer who is interested in technology and business. And finally, about technology itself, how to never use technology for the sake of it. Instead, use it to solve a problem in such a way that everyone can understand it. So that's been my time. I really enjoyed this, and I would love to hear your comments on this because right now I don't have an audience. So I would request you to leave a few comments to this video and get in touch with me. Feel free to contact me. I've asked the team to leave my contact details along with this video. So I would love to hear your thoughts and any questions you have for me. So once again, thanks to the IEEE student group at GEC, and all the best for your future endeavors. May you reach great heights and stay safe, all of you. Take care. Bye bye.